Yo yo yo, what is up all my low gangsters? It's me. I'm back with a chess video. When was my last one? I think it was either Roadman Chess or it was like Mate in 5 Chess Puzzle where you sacrifice 2 rooks. I'm still very proud of that game all these months on, cause goddamn. Not that game actually. The game was garbage, but the mate was fantastic. So yeah, after that, I got into a few Pokemon leagues. You've been seeing the GBC content. And I kind of stopped chess for a while. I haven't really played since February. But in the last week or so, I've gotten back into it a bit. And not instantly. For the first few days, my elo was staying around that 1200 level. But then once I really, I started finding the flow. And as you can see here at the bottom of screen, I'm 1320 elo basically. And we'll be versing, and this is a tournament that I joined, a tournament. That's why my opponent, Ajalapet, is 1450, so like quite a bit above me. And basically I'm just going to go through all 5 games of that tournament, and we'll see how I went. So we're still doing our Kara Khans. Here's the advanced variation. Pretty normal stuff here. I don't think there's anything noteworthy yet. Yeah, the computer still thinks it's dead even, and I take the free pawn now. And I get kicked out, and I see the overextension here from the pawns, and I'm like, that's going to be good for me. Stockfish agrees. Wait, does he agree? Or is it just because of the rook? Okay, it's the rook move Stockfish doesn't agree with. Apparently the overextension does not matter. Now, here, this move, well, it's either in this game or it's in a different one, where that knight move hangs something? No, it's in a different game, not this one. I'm stupid. There's 5 of these games, and like 2 or 3 of them I'm using the Kara Khan. So, I've been confused. Knight comes over, and we get a trade series. And it's +1, but I'm an idiot, so that doesn't mean anything. Knight comes in, attacks, I go back down. Pawn trade. Queen comes in looking for a queen trade. I say no, or I say yes, but on my own terms. I bring the rook over. And then the bishop comes in trying to put pressure on the queen, and then I'm like, okay, fine, I'll queen trade. And then I get out with my knight, because now the... I don't know where I'm going with that. And here's an issue. The pawn pushes. And I sacrifice the rook, because I don't see another way out. I think Stockfish sees some other shit that I can do. Like back here or something. Like that. Wait. What does Stockfish want me to do? I'm not sure. But that's not the move apparently. I don't know. We'll just be like, yep, that's what happened. Rook comes over. And apparently this game is dead even. Apparently Stockfish says, yeah, you have these 2 extra pawns, so the discrepancy of the knight and the rook... Oh no, it wouldn't be the knight, it'd be the bishop and the rook. Don't really matter. So, we keep playing for a while, and there's just not much really going on. It's very slow. Apparently I have the lead at some points. There the rook takes the bishop, I take the knight, and now it is a knight and a rook. And apparently Stockfish is still like, yeah, but you have an extra 2 pawns. And, oh, what was that? Stockfish does not like that rook move. We get a few pawn pushes. The rook comes over, doubling on the knight. King moves in. And for now, it's all kind of just slow going. Nothing too crazy happens. Rook goes over there, and oh my goodness, it's 2.5. I am beating this 1450 is the word I was going to go for there. We'll just say 14,500. That doesn't really work either, does it? We're beating this bozo in an endgame. King comes up to defend the pawn. Apparently Stockfish says, "You fucking idiot, you blundered it back." He blunders it back. Oh my goodness. Rook comes up, and that's really blundering it back. Shit. This is my first time looking at the analysis. Apparently Stockfish just had a little spasm because it's actually not as bad as it was first claimed to be. Pawn comes in, and now the pawn just bulldozes. King takes, rook checks, another check, and I hide behind, but I lose a pawn. I know. Terrible. Knight comes in, rook checks, over here, pawn pushes, I push the pawn back so it can't check me. Rook comes down, knight in, rook check, and I move the king, and he goes there, not only attacking this, but so that when he checks, I can't just take. And I take the pawn and let him... Oh, no, that's check. Never mind. King moves. I push the pawn, letting him take mine. And I get him with check. King moves back. King moves up, attacking the rook. Rook moves down. And I'm still winning. I cannot believe this. Pawn defends both of them. King moves down. Knight to there. King moves down again. Pawn attacks the rook. Rook over. Rook goes down. Check. King goes up. I defend the pawn from the bottom. King continues up. That is not the move I wanted to press. God damn it. that is the wrong button on the keyboard. Uh-oh. Alright, now we have to skip through and hope... At least I didn't push, like, the end of the game and just spoil it all. I'll do that next time, don't worry. Where are we? We are, like... I think we're here. Yeah, so I push the pawn forward. I was going to say by 2, it's not on the front thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. King goes up, and suddenly... We in there, baby... And I'm up, not by 2.8, but apparently it's okay. But when the rook comes over, I go back to defend the knight. Check. I move over. Check again. And I defend it with the knight. And we're still alive. Somehow. Here, the rook attacks. And I pushed. And I pushed. No! Why is that bad? Because the rook just comes in anyways. It doesn't care. So now I've lost my knight. And I have to check and hope, like, this king just makes a stupid decision and does, like, I don't know, this, and just hangs mate right back. But he doesn't. And I lasted a few more turns, but in this position I resigned. 1:30 on the clock. I was doing so well. I was beating this 1450. Oh my god, I was one step away. And then I blundered everything. But it's okay. Because we come back, baby. Game number 2 against Le Quang Lam from Vietnam. That rhymes. Bam. We start. We're doing a Vienna. We're doing the Vienna. We moved from the UK. We've gone to Austria. Knight comes in. Bam. Vienna Gambit. Not accepted. But also not the main line. So you know we're winning. I thought Stockfish was going to spike more than that, to be honest. Bishop comes in. We trade. No need to worry about it. And now I'm winning. There you go. We're up +1. That didn't matter in the last game, as you fucking saw. And we're trading everything. And we castle. And suddenly, bam! Stockfish says, you winning. Good. I move back because I'm not pinned to no king no more. And he castles. And I just want to say, I found this move in like 2 seconds. We sacrifice the bishop to win back the knight and trade off queens. And he attacks, and I'm like, I'll take your pawn. And he attacks, and I'll take another pawn. And now my rook kind of stuck, but I'm up +4. What does it matter? Other rook can come in instead. Oh my goodness. He attacks my pawn. I'm just like, I'll push it. He comes in, attacks my rook. I'll trade it because I'm already up by so much. It doesn't matter if I trade or not. And I know that I'm up by so much here. Just look at their king in comparison to mine. I was not scared. I traded that shit. Knight comes in. And you have to move your king. Because otherwise, it's a very lovely fork. Uh-oh. But he doesn't. Oh my days. He's lost the fork. I guess he could have also brought the bishop here to defend the bishop. The bishop to there to... The rook to there to defend the bishop. I don't know why I'm getting bishops and rooks confused. They do like the opposite fucking thing. And we've won a bishop. He comes in, takes my pawn. I'm not happy. I take his pawn. He takes another pawn. I move over. That move is kind of obvious. Knight comes up. Rook comes in. And I say, you know what? Oh, wrong move. Next one. He moves the king, and I say, you know what? Pawn is going on a run. Who's running? Bam, takes my pawn, but I'm running. He takes another pawn, and I'm still running. And for some reason in my head I was like, oh, but can't he just do this? Completely ignoring that I can take with my pawn. Thank God he didn't make that move, because... I did realize it. I was like, oh, I'm so fucking stupid. How have I said that? How am I in a mate 3 position thinking, but the rook can just come here? Like, bro, I should be 600 with this thought process. But he just checks. And there's no more checks. So I've won. I should have used a rook to be a real gangster. But I am a queen. I don't have the voice to do high-pitched stuff there. Next game. We're with white again. Another Vienna, that means. Alright, can I just say, this motherfucker, Japazu, you dickhead, moves his pawn here, and I spend like 30 seconds, because I'm like, what do I do? My Gotham chess training has not prepared me for that move. So I spent 30 seconds like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then played this, which I think Gotham would frown upon, but I think Stockfish doesn't really mind it. And then I just moved the queen back. I'm like, yep, nothing ever happened. And I'm losing already. Already losing. And he moves the other one. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And I just move this pawn now, like as if nothing's happened at all. And I'm losing, bro. I am not doing well. I don't know what this is. Never mind. I was gonna say something stupid. We'll ignore it. And now we're starting to play some more principled stuff. I get the castle, which simultaneously double defends the knight. We trade off pieces, and then I kick out the bishop. He trades. Cool. We're doing swimmingly. And suddenly we're up +1. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that happened. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this game, to be honest. But apparently I'm fine. Apparently something went wrong somewhere. I think it was probably when this bishop traded. Yep. Jumped from this square to here like a knight, even though it was here. So I think that was the wrong move, because it opens up a rook on this file and also just doesn't actually do that much else. We get the castle. Alright, here's my thought process here, by the way. Bishop comes over, and my thought process is, I can move this pawn in, you can't take, because then you lose a rook. Right? That's my thought process. And if you take like this, then obviously you're just losing a knight. And then you also have to like move this one to like here or something. So there's the thought process, and I think Stockfish is okay with it too. For the most part, Stockfish be getting me. Fish brothers. But then he just moves the rook, and I'm like, well, fuck. Alright. I move my rook as well, don't want to give him the file. Knight comes back. And I'm just like, well, my bishop strategy didn't work. I'll bring him back. I'll prepare him for the sexy sacrifice over here, because I love sacrificing bishops. Knight comes in, and I just do this. Get attacked by that. And my bishop's just doing a little dance around the pawns. And he does that move, which I'm not entirely sure what it does. I won't lie. And I push. Thought being, if takes, then takes. And we have opened up the file. And that's exactly what happens. Knight comes back. I'm up +8 all of a sudden. Is it the knight move that's bad? Okay, well, it's taking the pawn that's bad. Was I up +2 before that? Oh, okay, so that puts me at +2. And then it's the knight move backwards that puts me at +8, because I just take. King runs, and I take the knight too. And then this knight comes in, and again, same as last game, I'm already winning. So I'm like, yep, I'll trade off my pieces. And in this position, my lovely opponent resigns when I'm up 5 pieces of material. So we're 3 games down, 2 wins, 1 loss. 1 loss, we were winning for most of the game, and really just lost because of a blunder in the late game when I had like a minute on the clock. So shut the fuck up. Next game, we're versing 58 Mike from Ukraine. This time we're black, and again, it's another Karo Khan. It's another advanced variation. This is basically the exact same as the other game was, I believe. Yeah, this feels pretty much the same. I get my knight out to there, attacking this pawn, and the bishop also attacks this pawn. Bishop comes in to defend both. Very reasonable. Until I just take the pawn anyways. Yep. And now, he doesn't take back. And neither do I. I hold the tension. I castle as well. Knight comes in. I move the queen up. Stockfish says it's even now. Knight comes over to here. And now I trade off the pieces. I put my rook into the file. His rook comes over. I go into the middle like that. Now the queen comes over. Tension times. I bring my knight into the mix to put pressure on the queen. The queen comes back. And I defend it. I know. Stockfish really doesn't like that. Stockfish thinks I'm a melon. And fair fucking enough. G5, probably really stupid. I should have just like brought the knight back or some shit. But he attacks. And he's given me a check. He's given me the pawn, he's given me check. Awesome. King moves down, and I reinforce the knight. And my thought process is, well, if this pawn moves, I'll just, like, somehow get into, like, the back rank. I was like, yeah, I can figure this out, something like that. And I don't know, I guess I didn't think about it very hard. Because when this move did come, I was like, wait a minute, what in the fuck do I do now? And you can see Stockfish be saying, it's a bad move. That is a trash move. But why is it a trash move? And I'm trying to figure it out. I'm like, what can I do here? And really the only thing stopping my queen from getting onto the 7th or 2nd rank, because I'm black, is either this queen being able to take me, or this knight being in the way of this pawn. Those are the two things. So, option 1 is get rid of the queen, which I can't really do, you know? I can't really get rid of the queen because I'm not attacking it. And option 2 is get rid of the knight, which is difficult for a few reasons. 1, it's defended by a pawn, and 2, it's defended by the queen that we also want to get rid of. So I'm lost here. I'm thinking for minutes. And then I find it. H6. A few things about the move H6. If the pawn takes, my knight can now escape, and I'll be defended by the pawn. So that's one. If he just takes the pawn, he wins a pawn back, and we're even on material. Whoop-de-da. But option 2. This pawn is completely free. It's hanging. But it does what I want and gets the queen out of the way so I can hit this square. And when the queen takes, it goes to 2.7. I trade off the rooks. He takes back with a rook as well. Oh my goodness gracious me. You need to take with the knight so that I still can't get into this square, but instead I'd be getting into this one. Because you don't want me here. That's worse for you. But he takes with the rook. And I am in, baby. I'm in. The king retreats and I gobble up a pawn. And he comes down and I check him. And I gobble up another pawn. And he moves the queen. And it's mate in 7. Because check. And you have to give away the queen. Oh my goodness. Rook comes over. Pawn pushes. Rook moves down. Check. Up. Check. Mate. Oh my goodness. The haymaker. H6. Oh. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. And honestly, I don't know how I can top that. Here we have a black game. Another Cairo Khan. Which, bro just played the advanced variation in a different move order. It was weird. But yeah, we basically had this game earlier, except there was a bishop here. Like this. So here... So we check to take the pawn. Bishop comes in, we move back, and we're already up 1.6. I don't remember where the blunder was. That move happens, and now I move my knight out, again aiming for this, as you do. And the bishop just takes. So now my rook has the file. So I'm happy with that regardless. Knight comes in and I push, kick the bishop out, take the pawn. Queen takes my pawn and I was like, el stupido. I should have taken with my queen because then the knight can't take the pawn. But we live, we learn. Now we get this weird saturated board. Awesome. Rook has to move to there. I don't think there's another move I could have done. Maybe like a queen trade, but I don't want to do that shit. Queen moves out of the way. This time I offer a queen trade. Right after saying I don't want to do that shit. Awesome. Nice. The trade happens. Knight has to move. My knight also moves. It's a fork. This is a great rook move. Just stops the fork in the tracks. And so I just reinforce my pawn. I'm like, I don't have to take anything just yet. Bishop moves back. Now there's no takes that will happen. Rook threatens the knight moves. Bishop comes up. Defended by the knight. Knight moves over. Rook moves over. We're up +3. Knight moves away. And here I say, let's sacrifice the bishop! We've done it again, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. We've sacrificed a bishop to get into the position. A bishop and a knight for a rook and a pawn, which technically puts me at +1. I think in a lot of scenarios, the rook is actually less valuable than the knight and the bishop, but my pawn advantage, yes, I have so much pawn. Look at that. Look at that, that's an extra, okay, well this one, that's like an extra 2 pawns. We're going crazy over here. And we bring the rook. The bishop comes back. And we get check. He moves forward. Check. If he moves downwards at all, he is in the bin. He makes the right move. Rook comes up. Bishop comes back. And I trade the rooks. I say, I don't need it. I don't need that rook. My one rook will take on your knight and your bishop. I almost pushed the wrong button again and went back to the start. King attacks. I go up. I'm attacking the knight, even though the knight's defended by the bishop. King comes back to where it was, and I'm pushing pawns now. He pushes his pawn. I push my pawn. King comes over. I move. Take. King comes in. It's attacking. I defend it with my pawn. He comes right into my grill. And I think I could have defended like this. Yeah, I can defend like that if I really want. But here's my thought process. After a filler move, if you take, then you've lost because you can't catch my pawn. Even if you do something like, this, that's just losing a knight. I don't think there's any other move that you could do other than like this. But then you're still losing a knight. And even though I think theoretically you'd get to my pawn in the end, I'd also get to yours. And this game is just very lost eventually. So I make the filler move. Just whatever. And Stockfish is happy with it. Knight comes in to attack my pawn, so I defend it. Now we get a pawn push. And I'm pushing my pawn, defended by the rook. Knight comes back, and I sacrifice the rook! 'Cause if you take, I'm just gonna get a queen! Oh my goodness. I am on some haymaker shit today. I cannot believe it. But of course we don't get those last moves, because in this position, my opponent resigns, winning 4 out of 5 games, coming second in the tournament overall. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. My next Pokemon video, GBC Week 5 versus King Bob, should be coming out on Friday night. Oh no, it wouldn't be Friday night. Ooh, I actually don't know when it will come out. I'm actually unsure. Might not actually come out till like fucking Monday, but it'll be out soon. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later.